Welcome back to my Boozie review of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 2, Episode 3.
I'm not quite sucking willies yet.
In the last episode, they made us think Lawrence Chaney was at the bottom, but it was actually Cherry and Valentine, and Tace. Now, like I said, I knew Cherry and Valentine went home, though I was kind of surprised because it didn't seem like they were setting out to go home, but it was bait and switch. But for once, I don't know who goes home, so it'll be a complete surprise for me. I don't even know who's in the bottom two, but let's find out.
Cherry's gone home, and she was here.
They're calling Tia basic, but she's actually one of the shadiest ones in the confessionals. She's funny, but shady. I mean, it's probably production that makes them sit there and chit-chat, but I would be like, I need to get out of this now. I mean, if I was a drag queen, I'd be pulling everything off the minute I got off the stage. From what I hear, they make them stand there for a few hours when they're doing all the judging and everything. Of course, maybe that's why they sit down first before de-dragging. Wait, why are a bunch of them wearing braids? Was that like a thing? They're like, let's all wear braids. And then other cast like, fuck that. But like 5 of them wearing braids. See, at least I know who Jodie Harsh is. I deserve something for that. Of course, she just walks under it.
I am gonna see a bollock. Am I gonna see a bollock?
Now, I know that bullock means balls. That one I learned. Fairly recently, but that one I learned. Basically saying, yeah, she's gonna, her balls, at least one of her balls is gonna pop out. To be fair, I probably wouldn't be able to do this either. That would be my biggest fear, because I'd be like, fuck, it would fuck my back up.
Your task is to create a look that totally outshines your fashion frenemy.
Actually, I kind of like this challenge. It's not crazy. And basically, you're trying to like one-up the person you're paired with.
The last time I used a sewing machine, I was about 10 and I made a pillowcase.
Actually, in high school, when I did sewing, I made a pillowcase, a duffel bag. I made a pillow. I think my mom still has it. Can I make another pillowcase now? Maybe.
The thought of beating Lawrence within a sewing challenge, I know that would kill her on the inside.
Ellie Diamond seemed a little too happy that he was like, it would kill her on the inside. There's a few that can't stand, seem so. I mean, I do kind of understand. You just get to have a hope and a prayer you can get through the sewing challenges. It ends up being the hot glue gun challenges, probably.
That's why I took time off of drag.
I mean, he says he took time off drag, but he's only 21. It's like, well, I took time off drag in my long drag career. Well, Elliot with 2 T's on the US Drag Race says he's been doing drag for 12 years. He's only 26. So maybe they all start at 14. So I guess if they start at 14, I guess 21, that is far in your drag career.
Noticed a lot of sexual tension between Ahura and Tace.
You know who's loving this. He's always trying to get a romance going on his show. I mean, Brooklyn Heights and Miss Vanjie having a romance, he was just like in heaven because he finally got it.
Lawrence Chaney wouldn't know sexual tension if it slapped her across the chops.
That is fucking shady. It's shady that Ru brought it up, but it's also shady what Tace said about Lawrence. Funny, but shady.
The one that did not wear it best will be up for elimination.
There's 10 of them, so there's 5 people up for elimination. I hope they didn't do what they did in US Drag Race. I think it's season 11, where they had a 6-way lip sync. That was crazy. It was either season 10 or season 11, I can't remember. But it was crazy. 6 people on stage lip syncing. That's why I thought season 13, the first episode, when they said there was going to be 6 lip syncs, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to have 6 people on the stage lip syncing at once. But no, it was 6 separate lip syncs.
But I know that you also identify as non-binary.
Mm-hmm. Was mullets a non-binary thing? I think mullets are just a thing. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with being non-binary, but there is a thing wrong with mullets. You know how much I hate shoulder pads? Well, I love shoulder pads compared to mullets. We'll just say that. That's something I would do. I'd be sewing and be like, oh my God, I sew the whole thing shut. Well, technically it's a sleeve. It's a sleeve of nothing. You can't attach to anything. It could be an ornamental sleeve. It could be like an accessory. Oh my God, Janine's actually gonna try a sexy drag. This will be interesting. I mean, she'd probably do it if she tried. I think her vision is sexy. It'll be interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's kind of like, I was gonna say it looks like a peach cobbler. Peach cobbler with a dollop of ice cream with that white afro wig. It's not bad. I don't mind it, actually. It just is not what I was expecting. I don't know if it's a Drag Race UK thing, this orange and pink, but that's the colors in this too. I don't know who Jordan Dunn is, but this outfit's interesting. I mean, I kind of like it. It's just really, it's one of those ones where you're like, wow, but I don't know if I like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't know if you have all those pins being in it. The pins make it, I mean, I think the pins are on purpose, but the pins kind of make it look like, oh, I couldn't finish it, so I just took it and wore it. You know how like when they're tailoring stuff and they have pins and everything, and then they take them out, of course, when they're finished? Well, it looks like they forgot to take them out. But I like it. Okay, hers is definitely much better. But I mean, she's a fashion designer, so no surprise. Very fashion 70s. I mean, it's a very simple dress, but it actually, she pulled off the hip pads and the tits better than I thought she would. She did a better job than I expected. I will say that. Actually, I really like Sister's outfit. I'm not a big fan of the blue phase, but that's neither here nor there. I think he'd do a little more work on his makeup and it would look really good. Actually, the colors are very similar to what Rue's wearing, so I mean, the colors are good. I guess he used the workroom as inspiration. I mean, it's a little on the simple side, but I like it. It looks good. And I can kind of see his underwear, but I mean, it's simple, but it looks good. And especially with the wig, so I like it. And she's not as bad as I was expecting. I mean, Veronica obviously did better of the two, but I don't think this is actually that bad. I mean, this is kind of simple and it looks like a figure skating outfit, but I think the hair kind of makes it look better. Kind of makes it appear like there's more going on when there really isn't. And it does look very anime. Okay, I actually like Bimini's look, and it's definitely better than Astina's. I mean, it's basically just a gold swimsuit, but it doesn't look bad. It looks good, but it's probably on the simpler side, but I guess whatever. Okay, I really like this outfit, and it's definitely better than LA Diamonds. So this is definitely gonna be the winner. Unless there's some questionable judging, which there always is. I think actually it's fairly obvious who's the winners and who's the losers in these ones. I don't think there's anyone where I'm like, oh, they're both pretty good. Honestly, I think his looks better. I mean, I think hers is really good, and she'd be like second, but I think, yeah, Lawrence Chaney did the best. It looks really good. Ahura looks pissed. She's saying it's cheap, but it's not that bad. Actually, I don't think this is one of the worst outfits I've seen. At least not small bags hot glued to a black swimsuit. I think Astina was actually simpler than Tia Coffee. True, Tia Coffee's does look a little cheaper than Astina's, but this isn't RuPaul's designer race.
What do we think of Tia, Veronica?
Tia, get her out. Get gone. Yeah, I'm bored, and like sometimes you're trying to crack a joke and it's just not funny, and I'm like, you're desperate.
Damn, Ahura, I was actually warming up to you with everything I saw today. But I like Tia Coffee, and she's funny. You know, it's one of those people, they show some vulnerability, and then they're like, no, I've shown enough vulnerability. I'm gonna be a bitch now.
Bless it, I love it to pieces, but it's literally just like 2 pieces of pink fabric sewn together at the sides and stuck on a yellow wig and some tits and called it a day.
To be fair, Taste is right. It is just literally a piece of fabric. Even Tia put more effort into it. And that's no shade to Ginny, because I actually, she's really impressed me this time. But still, it is just 2 pieces of fabric. I actually agree, LA Diamonds was pretty good. Probably the best of the 5 that are in the bottom. But I don't think it's quite as good as they're saying it is, in my opinion.
Jenny Lemon, you're safe.
I'm surprised. I thought there's no way she'd be safe wearing that.
Tia Coffee, Shantae, you stay.
It must be a double save. It has to be.
Astina, sashay away.
Oh my god, it's not a double save. What? I made him gagged that Astina was sent home. Like, I thought Tia Coffee was a goner. And I like Tia Coffee, so I'm glad she stayed, but I can't believe they got rid of Astina. I mean, Astina was better in the lip sync, but Tia Coffee was doing more. Like, she was trying to get their attention and camp it up, and that gets Rue's attention. And I think that's why, because he was making Rue laugh. They were kind of keeping their eyes on Tia instead of Astina. I mean, I honestly was like, okay, no, it's gonna be a double save. When they said Tia was staying, I'm like, no, it's gonna be a double save. That's why they're being all dramatic. But nope, they sent her home. Like I said, though I'm kind of glad, not because I have anything against Astina, but I like Tia Coffee's confessionals, so I didn't want her to go, even though I thought she was a goner. I mean, who knows? Maybe she brought back, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below with what you thought of this episode. And as always, stay boozy and fabulous. Okay, cut.